After I wrote my book, Baghdad to Bombay, I have been going and giving book tours. Started at the Library of Congress and went on from there. The thing that amazes me the most is that people are totally unaware of Jews from India, of Jews in the Middle East. They connect Jews with Jerusalem. Some of the very religious Christians will connect Jews to Babylon because they know and they've read the Old Testament. But in general, it isn't as if there is any misconception about them. They can't believe that they even were there. What do you mean there are Jews in Lebanon, in Aleppo, in Cairo? Well, if you've read Durrell, then you've read about the Jews in Cairo. But how many people have read his books on Alexandria? You know, they don't know. There is a lack of knowledge. Most of today's world connects Jews to Israel. And that's good. Very few people realize how many Jews of the Middle East had to, as I've said, put the tent on the back and go. I call us the tent people. We were not Bedouins, but we have been like Bedouins. We have lived, just our own family, in three different places: India, England, and the United States. Other of my cousins have lived in India, Israel, and England, or Canada, or Australia, or south of France, or Scotland. I mean, we've gone in many directions. Jews from Syria I know on Valparaiso, are in the Caribbean, are in Brazil, they are in Argentina, they're South Africa. And of course, when Nebuchadnezzar took the Jews to Babylon, they were slaves. But after that, they were allowed to be full citizens and leave or stay. And some of them left and circled the Mediterranean at that time. So that was about 23 to 2400 BCE. And they also went up through Spain and Portugal. They went to Spain and they went up to the Dutch lands, and that's where the Jews ended up in Amsterdam. So their origins all are from the Middle East. And even the Jews of Europe are not aware, to some extent, of their heritage being from those places. It's been very, very fascinating to me when I go around and when I sing. And I sing with the Hebrew the way we say. We don't say va, we say wa for the vav, wow. And when we sing, we use wa instead of va. And then I'll be stopped. Someone in the audience will say, but you're saying it wrong. And I'll say, well, not really, you know. That's how we do it. This is how we pronounce the wa. So it's, and they also don't understand how much the Jews of the Middle East lost in real property. In India, they didn't. In India, they didn't. The Indian government, in my lifetime, in my mother's lifetime, in my grandfather's lifetime, never ever hurt our people. They were extraordinarily respectful and supportive. And when we took the Seferim out on Simchat Torah and danced in the streets with the Sefer, the Indians who saw us would clap on the street with us while we were dancing. As a girl, I first learned about anti-Semitism when I went to boarding school in England. I did not know it existed.